Hey, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here, bringing you another Final Fantasy XIV video. This time we're going to be going through Haukke Manor from the perspective of the monk, basically DPS. And for this video, we have a full crew of we got a full crew of FC members here. So say hello to everybody, and we are going to get ready to go. Haukke Manor in general is a relatively simple dungeon with some you know, simple bosses and stuff like that, so there's not going to be too much really needed to be discussed in terms of, you know, mechanics and things like that. It's basically just dodge all the AoEs if you can, and try to survive. Alright, so let me just get back into it here. It's been a while since I've played the monk. And we do have a couple new abilities, however, most of them I don't think we're going to be really using very often, except for on boss fights. But in the meantime, we're just going to do our best to stick with our positionals, because that's what the monk is all about, and hopefully do an okay job. Come in the back for the boot shine and the mercy stroke, and then come on over here. Just before I started recording this episode, my cat was hanging out behind my my computer monitor, and I really hated that she does that because she has a tendency to chew cords. And of course, behind the monitor is where there's a, you know, decent amount of cords, including the cords for my wheel. And my wheel was incredibly expensive, so I'd be really upset if she chewed through one of those cords. So I tried to get her out of here, and she friggin' scratched me right across the wrist. And it was bleeding a little bit. It's not a huge deal. It's not like it really hurts, but I actually didn't really realize how much it was bleeding, and then I started recording this video. And when my wrist rests on the desk, I can really feel it, so that's kind of annoying. Alright, I might have done a double twin snakes there, but I think it's okay. We'll come alongside for the snap punch, and he's dead. Alright, we'll just pick someone else here. In these big sort of chaotic pulls, I don't think it really matters all that much who we are attacking. Obviously, you know, it would help if everybody was attacking one target, but at the same time, it's not really a huge deal. Alright, twin snakes again. And then snap punch in the back for boot shine. Here, we'll finish this dude off. And snap punch. Did not get to the flank there, that was a bit of a mistake. And there we go, alright. We're doing alright. Hey, that healer set looks familiar. Now, these guys always lead off with a AoE ability that can be interrupted, and they always lead off with it. So as long as you have your stun off of cooldown, then you'll be able to cancel that out. And that's sort of a big part of this dungeon. Like, this dungeon is basically showing you that you can interrupt big, you know, channeled AoEs like that. If you let that go off, it actually terrorizes you, which I think is a really long stun. So you won't be punished too hard for it, but if the whole party gets hit by it, then you can find yourself at least somewhat in a little bit of trouble. I just pulled more shit. Well, I'm trying to focus down this person. There we go. There we go. Got a whole bunch of, oh shit. I almost got caught on the back of like a sofa or something. Yeah, I pulled a little bit of threat there. So we're gonna use some bloodbath and just try to survive. Tank is getting pretty low, but I think he'll be okay. Turn on twin snakes again. Want to try to have this up as often as possible. And snap punch. Sorry about the camera angles. There we go. And snap punch this guy. Mercy stroke him. From the flank we can use that. Got some more enemies coming in too. Okay, we survived. Now, welcome to the first boss. So in this fight, we are going to make use of this one, Demolish, which is actually just an extra AoE. And it lines up really nicely with Touch of Death if we start with that. So if we get enough time to go through the entire cooldown, we'll start off with Touch of Death. We'll also use some internal release, I mean. And we'll get Twin Snakes, and then this one, Demolish. Come back and do this combo with Boot Shine, True Strike, and then Snap Punch. And then we just stick with Twin Snakes into Snap Punch. And if you watch the AoE, or sorry, not the AoE, but the damage over time on the boss, you'll see that it lines up relatively well. They both just ran out. I can't remember if I can cancel that. No, it doesn't look like it. I didn't do it perfectly, but that's more my fault than, you know, the damage over time's fault, I think. So we'll put another one here, and come over here. And we're basically just trying to do as much damage as possible. And there we go. Alright, I messed up a little bit there, but we'll get Twin Snakes back up, and the boss is dead. There we go. Relatively simple. Yeah, sorry if I just had like a, you know, that experience with the cat literally right before I started recording, so I was all a little bit more happy-go-lucky, and then I just had to deal with that, so just trying to forget about it, basically. She's not usually aggressive, but it was because I had to pick her up from behind the monitor, and then I went to take her outside of the room, and my dog was standing on the other side, and she hates the dog, so she saw the dog there, and she flipped out and just tried to, like, catapult out of my arm, and just scraped me on the way past. All good. Not a huge problem. Ah, these camera angles are bugging me today. Just no matter what I do, there's like a wooden plank in the way or something. Behind, right? And then Twin Snake. So yeah, I don't use that secondary damage over time on these enemies because I don't think that they have enough time to actually eat up the whole thing. So I actually don't use any damage over times on these guys, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If you guys know, let me know for sure. But usually I just save it for boss fights, or at least fights that I know are going to be a little bit longer. These guys typically die quickly, so... Hey, there we go, we leveled up. That's level 46 for us. 4 more levels, we'll be level 50, and we'll be able to wear the Ironwork set. I'm already planning, though, on doing at least one dungeon with the full monk set. Not the Ironworks, but the set that you get from your quest giver that allows you to, well, just like, you know, it's the monk set. I'm wearing the pants and the hat and the gloves, I think, but I need the chest piece. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop our cooldowns here. Try to keep our positionals proper. We've got a maid servant here, so she's gonna need to be silenced. Why? Oh, okay, I'm gonna get hit by that, aren't I? No. You know what? Do I not have this ability ready yet? Why didn't it work? I don't understand. Oh, I see. It's level 38. Okay, sorry, I'm an idiot. I thought I had that ability available, but I guess not. It's confusing, man, when you play so many different classes and you play them at so many different levels and you're just not sure about things. And it doesn't help if you're, you know, stupid like I am. So, makes things a little bit tougher. Alright, Twin Snakes into Snap Punch, and then go behind this guy. The Boot Shine might be enough for the kill. Almost. And then True Strike, which should have been in the back, but it wasn't. And then Snap Punch in the side. Got it. Doing a pretty good job here, which is to be expected. We're running with the full crew, so I didn't have to wait for a queue, which is incredibly helpful. Alright. So I just used Touch of Death there. I'm gonna see if this guy can actually survive the whole thing. It's on there for 22 seconds now. Yeah, and you can see here, he's not going to survive the whole thing. So that's enough potency that's going to waste. Like, over half of the potency that damage over time actually gives you. So I think it's better to just not do it during these mobs that die quickly, and save it for enemies who take a lot longer to die. Extra tanky ones and bosses. And there we go. Get the yellow key, and I think we'll be fighting the boss soon. Alright, this fight you always target the Jester first. And we will do our best to use our entire repertoire. Should read shit. Every time I think about reading the tooltip, something happens that distracts me from it. I'll do my best to remember to read it after this fight. Alright, so we can go ahead with the damage over times again. Come over here. Ah, shit, see, like again. That legitimately made me a little bit angry right there. I was like, damn it, every time I think about reading it, I get screwed like that. Okay. True Strike in the back. Snap Punch. Alright, we'll put our... So, is there a positional with this? When executed from the target's rear. Okay. I've been doing it from the side. So why don't we come back to the rear. And there we go. We're doing alright. So from here we want to return. It's the only way to get back to the first boss. Or not the first boss, sorry, but you come to the entrance of the dungeon and you can get to the final boss from here. Yeah, that is not for us, and neither is that. Good tanking stuff. There's not too much more to do at this point. I forgot to do that from the rear. Shit. Alright, and that's that. We are already ready to go for the final boss. Oh, are we missing our healer? Yeah, relay. P, general, and then return. There we go. We're all cheering him on. Alright, let's roll. So this boss is going to be a bit more fun from a DPS perspective, I think, because we actually have some things that we can do to help the team as a DPS. Here we go. Start with our basic rotation. Come over to the side for some twin snakes. Back to the back for some demolish. We're basically on the lookout for ads that we can kill. And that's one of my favorite things about being a DPS so far in dungeons, is finding opportunities to really help the team that I never really had an option to do before, because I was always too busy being the tank, or even too busy being the healer. Although I find the healer has more opportunities to help than the tank does. So you gotta be really careful with the tank. If you run around the room and start doing things, then you risk like turning the boss around and cleaving your entire team and shit like that. So yeah, see, we can fight these guys. There we go. And someone's turning that off, so we'll do snap punch to the side here. We'll come back over here and get some more damage over times, and we'll use our cooldowns. Hoop shine. Twin snakes. Demolish. Kill these ads. And we're not going to kill all the ads, because as soon as we're done killing her, we're going to come over here. And we're going to use our limit break, which did 0 damage. What? I don't know why that happened. Okay, well, we're just... Wait. Oh, is she taking no damage because of the... Oh, is it because of the sentry? No, she's taking some damage. I have no idea, guys, what happened there. The limit break totally got soaked up. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments, though. Are we doing damage here? No, yeah, she's taking 0 damage. I don't know why. Somebody is able to do damage, so I wonder if she's taking 0 physical damage. Yeah, I'm still not doing any damage. What is going on? Now I'm doing damage. She must have had like a buff or something that I just didn't know. That's the first time I've ever seen that, to be honest, so I don't know what happened there, but like I said, I'm sure some of you guys will let me know in the comments below. That being said, that's gonna do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry if I was a little bit... I'm not shaken because of the cat thing, but it did knock me out of my good mood a little bit, and then, you know, I just sort of jumped into recording, so I hope that's okay, but I apologize for it nonetheless. Thank you very much for our party. Luna Silverdust, Rely On, and Elena Ura, all of whom I've played with before, and all of whom are great party members, so thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.